And Swang, you could call him the favorite, but Tomahawk, this is his debut. You don't know how good this guy truly is, and he's made quite a first impression, taking a reverse sweep against John Dat Flindo.
Yeah, with some pretty awesome comebacks. And we have our countdown with our 3, 2, 1 pills, both players getting started on levels 8 through 11.
Swung with the long play wants to horizontal those blues in columns 1 and 2. In order to do that, he's going to have to dig down a little bit, and he is getting to work immediately.
Yeah, this is a long game for him. He really started going for it right away. And wow,
He's
it
pulling
is
for the.
going to.
I hope the game holds together.
And there it is. Wow. No, it does not.
Oh no! But get back in
So
there.
yes. So we know that if enough sprites go at the same time from a combo or what have you, the game could crash. And you solve that by jiggling a controller in player two, the player two slot. Sometimes that'll do it. Sometimes you just have to reset. But I don't know how many times we've seen a combo trigger in this round pack.
Yeah, let alone that early. I don't think it's ever been done
Mhm.
that early in a game. I mean, better to get it out and get it out of your system early, I guess.
Right, and that gave Tomahawk a great chance to get into the lead. Very nice plays. Now, yellow's going to be a little bit of an issue. We just want to make sure it keeps showing up for him and that he prioritizes correctly. He's got a great setup here with the horizontal in row two with the red to take it out, and he's got no drop time with some of his clears, and he's building up on the side.
I want to point out that the virus gap is almost closed already. That's
Right?
ridiculous.
That's just a testament to how good Swang is.
I mean, when something like that happens, one of two things tend to happen. One is that you're just completely flabbergasted and it kind of snowballs. The other is that you just hulk out and finish the level first anyway.
Well, actually, the timer being a little bit different, Tomahawk did squeeze out that first level, but wow, it was close and certainly on our screen, it Swang's lead. So now it's basically back to square one, like nothing ever happened. Nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah. Tomahawk, little hesitant trying to figure out what to do with one of those pills, but right now maintaining he's only down by a few viruses and maintaining a pretty clean board.
Yeah, it's barely any. The lead is trading back and forth, both players needing quite a bit of red to keep their boards moving. Tomahawk needs no yellow whatsoever, so I'm not sure if he's going to be hesitating or just knowing to throw it away. Oh, I don't think he wanted to do that throwaway in column 3, but maybe he can wait a little while longer and, use some strategic garbage that way or underclear that red later.
And he's beginning to drill his way down the center of his board. This double yellow looks like he uses that double yellow to clear out some garbage in column 8. But at some point, you got to attack that middle of your board. He's got column 5 taken care of, and everything's a lot lower to the ground now.
And undertucking that double red was a great move. That'll bring all of that down. Now, it did bring down some blue garbage, and I think he really wanted to bring some yellow garbage down on column 2. But again, it seems like Tomahawk has the moves to save plans for later. Meanwhile, Swang with about a 9 virus lead. Um, a little bit of trouble here in that first column. I think if he gets these blues out horizontally, everything will fall out right. And there he
Yep, all he
goes.
needs is a blue now.
Very nicely done. And out at a 353, about 8 viruses ahead of Tomahawk.
Yeah, looking at Tomahawk's board, just kind of trying to figure out how to make his plans to, because those two red viruses in columns 7 and 8 are clearly stragglers who are not welcome there. But he's got to go through 2 layers of garbage to get through it.
Mhm. Yeah, and clearing out that red, it didn't
He's got it.
necessarily have
Now
to
he just needs
happen
a
that
couple red.
way. Yeah. out at a 430. But Swang already with only 29 viruses, 28 now, about 16 ahead of Tomahawk. But the lack of diversity on Swang's top line, he just opened up a red. It could be a little bit of a problem for him. And take a look, he is setting up for a horizontal, I think.
Yep, he wants to get that blue horizontally. A double blue would be great here. Otherwise, he might be forced to try to manufacture a double blue somehow. But he also has the option of going for a T on the left-hand side of his board while he's waiting for the pills that he needs.
Yeah, and that kind of thinking where you can be setting up an awesome combo on one part of the
Here it
board.
comes.
Yeah, here it goes.
Bam,
Beautiful.
bam,
Oh my
bam.
gosh.
And he didn't make it too large this time, which is important.
Exactly.
We cannot have two crashes in one game. That can't happen.
I don't think that ever has happened, and wouldn't that be wild? Oh my gosh. Wouldn't be able to handle it. Tomahawk with 28 viruses left. Spired there on column 2, but this blue yellow, good. He's going to take it down. That's a smart move to just get this board back to more of an even state.
Swang's got a nice board set up here. I like what he's doing with it. The red yellows, he just kind of has to do that with those. But prioritizing the minimization of drop time, can really go for a blue yellow here.
Mhm.
And there it is. And
Oh,
he doesn't take the horizontal. Maybe he was reconsidering because of those two yellow fragments in column 6. Other than that,
interesting.
I'm not too sure. But there's really not a lot of garbage on his board, so it's not like he's in a bad way right now.
Tomahawk's having some trouble on this board. I think there was a lot of blue at the top that was causing some issues. I think there's a world in which he can get around some of this horizontally. That red is going to go, and I think, yeah, building up those reds there. If he cleans out that blue, he'll be in much better shape.
Yeah, the only problem is he needs blue more than any other color right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 different blue viruses that have to be taken care of separately, and he doesn't want to put any blue in column 2 either.
Hmm.
That overhang in column 2 is going to be a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice horizontal clear there. In fact, he's basic. I'm not sure, but okay. Now he can tuck in the blue. I was trying to work it out in my head, and it was just kind of getting
Hmm.
scrambled.
And meanwhile, Swang is has almost lapped Tomahawk there. Tomahawk out at a 753, and Swang has just ended with a 759. So GG's to Swang. First game done of the match.
Nicely done by Swang after the crash earlier. Look at the nice drop combo from Tomahawk there.
Yeah, Tomahawk showing that he definitely has the moves. He's been studying the game. We know that he's been at a versus regional, and so there's been a lot of talk tonight about the difference between versus and speed and how either one contributes to the other. So it's great to see him playing on both sides of our community.
Yeah, those seemingly messy boards that Tomahawk had when you're playing versus, those kinds of boards just happen no matter how good you are at some point.
Absolutely. All right, we have
All
readies
right.
from both players. Awesome.
Swang playing with no music.
And of course,
Both players
Tomahawk
on high.
team chill, just like me. And our 3, 2, 1 pills.
A quick triple dead drop from Swung, and then a big horizontal that takes out 4 viruses, and Swung is off to the races in this game too.
Mhm. Yeah, not starting with a giant combo like last time, but,
Yep.
a much safer one.
And these blue reds, there's really nothing else to do with those, but he's got 4 in a row, and then the blue yellow follows up. Nice little horizontal clear right there. Everything's pretty much clustered on the left-hand side of his board right now, but
Mhm.
there's nothing too problematic about that right now because he still has decent color diversity.
Mhm. Tomahawk did a great job at the beginning of this board navigating all of the blue yellow that was up there. There was not a lot of diversity on this level before, but he managed to really do some good work with it. And look at, he's doing really well with the horizontals as well. So the only tricky thing for Tomahawk now is going to be building up to that those double blues at the top. I think probably horizontal would be the best way to go, especially with that garbage on top. And yeah, he's signaling that he's doing that a little ahead of Swung.
Yep, Swung, you get the feeling he just wants that blue yellow so bad right now,
Uh
and here it
huh.
comes.
But Tomahawk's already out and into nine. Swung just awaiting a couple of blues, and he'll get them all out at a 145.
Two pretty nice times for level 8.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at Swung's early board here, good color diversity. There's a place for every pill. Now it's starting to turn into a bit of a red cluster in the center.
Mm-hmm. And Tomahawk was dealing with quite a bit of blue on the side there, but takes it out with a nice horizontal, two horizontals back to back. So good job there. Still half a dozen viruses ahead of Swung is Tomahawk. Doing really well in this game, too. Not rattled by the loss, just ready to keep coming out swinging.
Doing a really nice job of keeping his board really clean.
Hmm.
Looks like he probably will go with the in-between vertical clear on column 1 once the opportunity presents itself, which it does. Finds the horizontal clear and is looking at another in-between clear in column 6. Having a good eye for these clears right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really liking these. I hope I hope that he ends up getting a blue yellow for that lightning bolt. Let's see him use it. And yeah, that was really great.
Yeah. For the record, that is the lightning rod. When it's purely vertical, it's a lightning rod.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. Did I say lightning bolts? I was very
Yes.
excited.
Lightning bolts are still very cool.
Every named move is pretty cool. And speaking of pretty cool, we've got Tomahawk out at a 312, and
That is a really good time for 8 and 9.
it is. And Swang still with 5 viruses left to go.
Yeah, looking at Tomahawk's board right now, you know he wants some yellow help and he wants it yesterday.
Mhm.
That was a
Swang,
nice little clear right there though.
yeah. Ooh, so much yellow here. As Swang out at a 347, he had a nice lightning rod. And now I've redeemed myself by using that term correctly.
Good job.
Thank you.
Here we go. There's the big T clear and a couple more clears and another virus bites the dust and Tomahawk maintaining a 6 virus lead in level 10.
Hmm. That gigantic clear did cause a little bit of garbage there on column 6, but that's practically the only garbage that we see. He's keeping his board extremely clean. So, not really concerned at what's going to happen here, especially because the red garbage brings a little bit of diversity. Notice basically everything is yellow. So, he's got a tuck underneath to get that red going.
Yeah, looking at nice drop combo here for Tomahawk, keeping everything in order and maintaining that 6 virus lead. Everything looks pretty well sorted. A little bit of a lack of access to blue right now. Probably going to play the long game with the left hand side of his board, going to work his way down to that horizontal clear with the yellow viruses.
Hmm. And Swang had some great combos to keep taking down this board, but Tomahawk is relentless here. And oh, that was a misflip there in column in the center column for Swang, and he needs a lot of red and blue.
Just yellow, yellow, and more yellow for Tomahawk right now. And right now, the dock is not giving it to him. There's one. He needs four more to get out of this level. There's two. Oh, look at that.
That was awesome.
We
Swang
can't
going
just curse our
horizontal.
players. We gotta bless
I
them every
know,
once in a
yeah, you
while.
gotta do them a solid as well, and Swang is going to be out as soon as this red falls, out at a 5:45, so I think this gap is, just about the same. It's expanded and, crunched at various points, but yeah, it's about 9 viruses at the moment. Look at all this red for Tomahawk.
Yeah, had a nice little drop horizontal to take out some of that red, but he needs a lot more than that.
It is just so awesome when there are players that, we've seen a little bit and we hope they show up somewhere again and then they do, and it's a great surprise, and Tomahawk showing that he's studied the game, he's played it a lot, and holding a little bit of a lead over Swang still. A little bit of a high up board there, especially on column 1. He's going to have to take some drop time. But look at how clean the rest of it is, Pack.
Yeah, I like that. I like that he set up a bracket clear on the top of his board to minimize drop time, and he's going to be able to start attacking that traffic signal. But looking at that column, it's mostly double clears.
Yeah, actually, pretty. That's like the best spired column 1 you could hope to have, honestly.
Yeah, gonna drill his way down column one, and column one is finished. He needs some red and some blue to get through the rest of his board and take this game too.
Yeah, and I mean,
Oh, look
the
at
the
that.
the formation that Swang had, wow, okay. Way to go, Tomahawk, taking game 2.
Tomahawk pumping the fist. He's been in the versus scene and he knows how good Swang is at this game, and he's got to be feeling pretty excited right now.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, the thing was that even though Swang was close in virus count, when you had Tomahawk with such an open formation and all of Swang's viruses were so clustered, you got to give the board advantage to Tomahawk there. He had more options to work with, and very nicely done. All right, crows, get out that bird seed. Let's go. We have a decider.
And we have readies. So could Tomahawk, in his gold bracket debut, make it to semifinal Sunday? Let's find out.
Wow, that would be something. I would be very impressed. But Tomahawk showing that he's definitely got the moves to compete with Swang.
Yeah.
Swang's very clean at the start of this board, making tucks with the blue. That's not particularly useful.
Early on, Tomahawk was making some tuck plays. Tuck plays can slow you down at the beginning of a board. Right now, he's got a underclear setup. A blue red would be the optimal trigger piece for that. And right now, he's not getting a blue red. Looks like he's going to set up the horizontal. Nice drop triple here.
Yeah, leaving a little bit of yellow garbage, which is tough because yellow is a common color on the top, but still looking really good. And the bottom layers of this board are coming to light and they're able to be worked with. Swang's got some really great stuff coming down. He's going to use this blue and look at that nice drop, opening up column 7. So he's looking really good right now, especially these double yellow and yellow reds coming out.
Looking over to his monitor, presumably, and Tomahawk shaking his head a little, didn't quite get the correct number of pills that he needed in his center column to take everything out, but now he's starting to work his way down while Swang emerges into level 9 at 1 minute 29 seconds.
hmm And yeah, for reference, that's a really great time out of level 6. We heard earlier that 130 is often what you want to see out of level 6. And there we go. Swan getting it out of 8. Tomahawk managing to work his way through the end of this level, taking out a fat log of garbage. Might have been good to build up to that blue horizontally because that red garbage could be helpful if he does that. But now he can kind of take things out vertically. But it's giving Swang the opportunity to open up this lead even further. Now he knows what Tomahawk is capable of.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. To build up to the blue horizontal would have been the better play there. He's shaking his head a little bit, probably getting a little frustrated. 222 in level 8. You don't like to see that kind of time in this level, but
Hmm.
sometimes that's just the hand you're dealt.
Yeah. He's coming back with a good opening horizontal play. But yeah, Swang is now up by the biggest margin that we've seen so far this match, pretty much 22 viruses, and that is tough to come back from a player from like Swang.
He Tomahawk has closed gaps before, probably not this wide, but you have 3 more levels to continue closing the gap. It's still early. If you can just close the gap chunk by chunk, he
Hmm.
could pull it off. But
And
right
that,
now, what he needs is a lot of blue on his right and a little bit of blue on his left as well.
yeah, and I mean that's true. If Tomahawk proves something in round one, it is that he is an escape artist. He managed to come from behind in both of the games that he won. Swung out at about a 332. Tomahawk still blocked up by that lack of blue, but good
Timely double blue right
prioritization.
there.
That was great.
You definitely do not want to waste any blue at this point. He's still got 3 blue viruses to worry about, and he's just trying to efficiently use each pill as much as possible. Another timely double blue, and that's going to get him the drop combo. And he's 1 red virus away from getting out of 9.
Yeah, and Swung here with 29 viruses left in level 10. Trying to figure out what he's going to be doing there on on the center of the board. I would love a blue red for him. That would help him take care of this blue, but he can manufacture that blue horizontal. And oh, that double showed up right away with a beautiful cascading combo down column 6.
Yeah, I liked what he did. He started setting up something on the lower left hand side of his board as well, but he knew not to trigger that one first because then everything gets thrown out of line. So smart planning by Swang there.
And there's another cascading combo for Swung.
Maybe this one orange frat or orange.
What?
Yeah.
That what? That's not even a color. I mean, it's a yeah, it's a color, but
Thank you for joining me in the loony bin for a split second. But that one yellow straggler in column 6 prevented a double clear horizontal, but that's ancient history now, and Swang is out, and Swang's getting a kick out of it too.
Mhm. Tomahawk did manage to cut down on this lead. He's about 11 viruses back. Just needs a bunch of red to come through because all the rest of the plans they're gonna fall down nicely. So once that red comes through for him and keeps coming through, he can do an underclear on this blue. Very smart formation. Very straightforward.
Yeah, and I like this. I like this setup that Swang has in column 4. He's got the in between clear to drop the red down where it belongs. 558 for Tomahawk, and now both players are in 11. It is a 19 virus gap right now.
Woo. Ah. Oh, look at all of this red, yellow that Swang needs. And now Tomahawk does as well. Total lack of diversity on that top line, but Tomahawk opens some up only to just clear out all the blues again. If he's going to use blues, they got to be tucked way down on that board.
Right now, there's an abundance of blues on Tomahawk's end that he just doesn't necessarily need right now, and just it's just a question of what to do with them.
Yeah, and Swang needs quite a bit of blue as well, but he was getting it.
I honestly don't think he needs that much blue because just a couple of blue there, and then a couple of blue for the horizontal up top, and oh, I didn't see the little straggler. Oh, fat log.
Yeah, fat log. And just needs a few more reds and he's going to be out. That was masterful navigation of the horizontals and dropping down garbage. He's out at a 712 and Swung has gotten the next place in the semis. He'll be facing me tomorrow. But Tomahawk, excellent work in round 2. Taking Swung to a decider, no easy feat.